Hello.
Hello. We've had issues.
We always have issues.
We've had more issues in the past 20 minutes than we've had in probably a year.
Technology issues.
So
if we make it through this whole hour with no more issues, that would be amazing.
No, but that's not going to happen.
So the first issue was...
Hold on. Who are you?
I'm Laurie.
I'm Hannah.
And we're Journey with the Gingers.
How you doing? Go ahead, continue.
The first issue we had is last 2 weeks we've had a flickering camera thing. So we're like, oh, we really love the camera we have for live streams. And it's cheap. Well, not cheap. It's affordable, I guess. But it has lasted since 2019. But it was starting to flicker. So I was like, well, I want to order one just like it. So I did. I went on Amazon, looked at my past orders, found it, ordered it. So didn't think of anything was going to be different. So you stop. You can tell the story. Go ahead.
Basically, the camera, it's like zoomed out a lot, and you cannot zoom in. And it's it's
the same camera.
It's a curved lens, which is also causing a different problem. So Also, the internet is sucking. So when we did our little test, a couple minutes ago, we completely lost it.
Yeah. So.
I think you're writing me a note.
No,
you're just taking notes.
I'm taking notes because gotta remember things. So yeah. So if we flicker, it's because we're back to the old camera.
If we go away, it's because our internet stinks.
And hopefully we will be back. So
it's our fault.
It's our fault.
Yeah,
not anybody else's.
Yeah.
So tell us some good news in the chat. Do you have a countdown? Does your channel hit a milestone? Some personal good news you want to share, please put it in the chat and we will talk about it when we get to your comments. And tonight we are chatting with Emma and Jack and their daughter Poppy from possibly from Live a Little. She's so cute. And we'll be introducing them very soon. So for our countdown, we have 9 days until we leave for New York.
This will actually be our last live before then.
Yes, we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll get to that. So we have 9 more days until we go to New York City. Hannah and I are going for our girls' Broadway and drag brunch weekend. And in 49 days, all 4 of us, Hannah, Terrell, William, and I are going to Las Vegas. And in 77 days, I can't believe it's 77 days. It's like it was a year forever.
It was 2 years ago.
I know. We're going on the Carnival Sunshine together, Hannah and I, for 4 days.
Never been on it.
Hannah's never been on it. This will be my 3rd time on it. And we're just doing a 4-day, but we're going to be with SCT Adventures and the Photog Experience channel. So if you're not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and hit that. Please go ahead and do that. And if you don't mind, hit the like button on this video. We appreciate that as well.
Look how cute it is. I gave it a little curl.
See it? Hannah loves the duck. We're going to recognize our moderators. We have Anthony Simone, J&N Travels, Blaine from Rayleigh Creative Travel, MGM Family Travel, Adventures of Dave and Aaron, Fisher Fun Ventures, No Maps Needed Travel, Lovey's Fat Life, Meg's Fun Time, and Foreman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oaks.
No Maps Needed. No
Maps Needed had a very exciting announcement. Maddie and Scott got married last week. Woo! Since they made it Facebook official, I guess I can say it.
If you're not friends with them, whoops.
So excited for them. So happy for them. So,
you want to explain the live situation?
Yeah. So next week we have a very hectic week before we get on the plane to go to New York. So we're not going to go live next Thursday, but we will be premiering a video. We got a little bit. We've been super busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those that don't know that I work for our local university part-time, but this week and the past week in my Etsy store, it's just feel like I'm working full-time again. So super busy. Hannah's always busy, but our video did not come out this week
Because Hannah was busy.
Because Hannah's very super busy. So from the Norwegian Encore. So
that's Embarkation Day video.
Yes, Embarkation Day. So that's actually going to come out on September 19th, which is
Monday.
And then our day 2, our C day, on NCL Encore will be our video for next Thursday at this time, 7 p.m. We're going to premiere a video instead of going live.
For those of you who are just joining the live, yes, we are aware that the camera is flickering.
We had a new camera. We can't figure it out. Okay.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
That's it.
Live next Thursday.
We're going to premiere a video.
And then when we're doing the video afterwards, because we're going to be in New York.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Okay, hopefully.
Yeah, we haven't figured that out yet. But we get back from New York Thursday after that, we will go live. And we are going to play the creators trivia again.
See, this is just sprung on me. I didn't know this. She tells me things on live. This is not the first time.
So we played a few weeks ago. Those of you that were with us, we played a trivia where we gave you picture clues, some word clues about other creators on YouTube. And there were some of our people that were even in the chat, and people were guessing who they were. We had fun doing it. I hope y'all have fun doing it. So I like to do it again. And so if you are a creator and we didn't feature you in the trivia, you can message me saying that you would like for me to include you as a trivia question in your channel, and give me some clues that I can share, like pictures or something like that. So I hope that makes sense. I'll put something out on YouTube. Not YouTube. I'll put something out on Facebook in our group just to explain all that. So, okay. Are you ready to introduce our wonderful guest?
The question is, are you? Because all I have to do is hit a button. You have to introduce it.
So I will tell you how we found this awesome channel is William and I are getting ready to go on the Encore. And of course, as all of you probably do, I was looking for videos. For Encore videos, and came across their channel, Live a Little, and they had some amazing videos from the Norwegian Encore to Alaska. They also did some land time in Alaska afterwards, and just fell in love with their channel. They have a lot more content. We'll talk about that too. So now I'd like to introduce Emma and Jack from Live a Little. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone.
And as you see, Jack is a ginger. So we said Emma's going to be an honorary ginger tonight. So is Poppy a ginger or is she blonde?
She's like strawberry blonde. She's kind of similar to my hair. Like I have a really ginger beard, same as your like hair color, but my head is like strawberry.
That's fun. Well, you know, both of my parents were dark brunettes. But when my dad started, look at her.
Oh, we're done.
Hey, Poppy. But when my dad started growing his beard, Jack, it was red like my hair. I was like, that's where it came from. But we're gonna start off by saying hi to everyone in the chat, and then we're gonna start asking y'all some questions about you and your travels and your channel.
Okay.
All right.
I hit it. But it is not wanting to pull it.
Hey, Cruise Nuts. Good to see y'all. Hey, Janice. Great to see you. And there's Meg's Fun Time, one of our moderators. Hey, Meg. Hello, SCT Adventures. Y'all, we have 77 days till we go on the Carnival Sunshine with you all. And there's Paul, PSV Odyssey. And there's Kurt and Marsha from CME Traveling. Hello, hello. And there's Blaine. He's listening in the background while he's doing some chores. Did you have a honey-do list, Blaine? And from Rayleigh Creative Travel. And hey, Ryan. Great to see you. Hey, Josie. Great to see you, Josie. And Ocean to Ocean Travel. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And Mark the Shark. Hey, Mark. Great to see you. And there's Eddie. I found Mark the Shark and Eddie through Sea Lake Journeys.
So Mark the Shark was here last week.
Yeah, so great to see y'all. Brooklyn in the house.
We'll be in your neighborhood next week.
Yeah, we'll be in New York.
We won't be in Brooklyn for the most part. I shouldn't say your neighborhood. We're going to be in the other borough.
We'll be near you.
Yeah. All right. There's Lovey's.
Hey, Mike and Michelle from Lovey's Fat Life. 32 days until the sunshine. Seeing a lot of us are going on the sunshine lately. And I already said hello, Cruise Nuts. And they're on Carnival Dream November 5th.
I know you already said hello.
We were on the Carnival Dream in 2012. A long time ago. Meg has 28 days until Miami. Nice, Meg. 6 days until the Carnival Freedom for SET Adventures. And I know they're going with some other people too. Hey, Moonlight Adventures. Great to see you. I hear the dogs barking. And together we travel. Hello, hello. Hey, BDF Travels. Good to see you. 1 week from today, they will be with SET Adventures and Sea Leg Journeys on the Carnival Freedom. Boy, they're going to cause a little ruckus, I think. They're going to have a big old time together in a good way. Countdown to Jamaica in 2 days. Josie has a great Instagram, too, and she always has great pictures of her travels. Hey, Sea Leg Journeys. Great to see y'all. We had them on last week. Hey, Kathy. Great to see you.
I'm looking.
Hannah's going through.
I'm looking goodness. Found it.
Hey, Viso's Travel. Great to see you.
Are
Are you traveling right now? I thought I saw some pictures of you on an airplane or something.
There's one of our favorite Canadians.
One of our favorite Canadians. Hey, Nick Tours. Good to see you, Nick.
Nick, I want to miss you. I want to see Broadway shows without Nick.
I know.
Nick.
You and Nick just need to meet in New York City and just go see a bunch of musicals together.
Ooh. I may be singing Book of Mormon in January. So hit me up on Facebook. Here's Will.
Hey, Will. Good to see you. Thank y'all all for being here. This is amazing. All this number of people is here. And there's Paul. He says 28 days till Miami. Wasn't that the same time that Meg has gone to Miami?
Oh, that's a coincidence. It's like y'all planned that.
I know, right? Hey, Kenny. Great to see you. Kenny will be on a cruise soon. His very first cruise.
All right. And I think we are good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Very good. We're going to jump in and start talking to our guests, but if you have any questions for them, because they've been on a lot of exciting journeys and trips, you can put them in the chat. Just put the word question and put their question in the chat. Also, if you are a creator, put hashtag creator and Hannah will highlight you on the screen. If you see a channel you've never heard of or sounds like a really interesting channel, go ahead and check them out.
I'm taking my shoes off.
Hannah's taking her shoes off.
I've had these heels on since 8 a.m. this morning, and I'm tired. These suckers. I've had these on since 8 a.m. I'm done. I'm good now. I'm good.
You never know what you get with Hannah.
My feet just was really hurting just now, but I'm good. Okay,
all right. Emma and Jack, are y'all ready for some questions?
Yes. Absolutely. Poppy, you ready? Yeah. Poppy's ready too.
All right. For those that do not know, tell everyone where you all are from.
We live in Colorado right now. I grew up just outside New York City.
And I grew up in Texas, in Dallas, Fort Worth. But we met in New York City, and we lived there for like 6 years. So we lived in like the Upper East Side of Manhattan. So we love Broadway shows and have been to a few. And the Book of Mormon is 100% a go.
If you can see the Book of Mormon, I definitely recommend it.
I'm gonna go see that with my dad.
She's gonna take her dad. She and William, my husband, they take a daughter and dad. They try to take a daughter and dad trip together without me, which is fine. I stay home with the dogs. But once a year. And even though she and I are going to New York in a week, he wants to go to New York too, so she's gonna go back with him.
And I told him the only stipulation was I will plan the whole trip, but he has to give me at least one Broadway show. So
it's gonna be Book of Mormon. So tell us what your channel is all about.
That's a good question. Out travel, and I don't know how to.
Like we travel multiple different ways. So we cruise, we RV, we fly to Europe. But it's really about how we travel, and it's kind of different with a 2-year-old traveling now. So like we just kind of wanted to highlight that you can still get out and travel and do everything you did before, even with a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, at least most of what you could do before.
Yeah, you gotta skip snack time and food and
Hello, Poppy.
say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hiya.
So, when did you start your channel? What made you decide to start vlogging?
I started it about 5 months ago. To be 100% honest, it was during COVID. We booked a last-minute cruise, and I don't know why, but we decided to look on YouTube to see if anybody had done any videos about it. And we previously had not really looked at YouTube that much at all, to be honest. And then realized that there was actually a bunch of stuff out there and that people actually do this. And so it just got my wheels turning, and I thought that could be kind of fun. I'm currently a stay-at-home mom, so I was like, well, I could film when we go on vacation and then get back and figure out how to edit it and put it out and see if it works.
Yeah, this is Emma's baby. I'm just kind of like the sideshow. Emma does all of the edits, kind of the planning of the trip, and then I film when I have a chance.
Yeah.
I noticed from the beginning of your encore vlogs to the end, like when you were traveling around Alaska, Jack, you became very comfortable compared to how you were at the very beginning.
Yeah, he was not too comfortable in the very beginning, and I'd be like, you have to look at the camera. You can't just be like,
I'm not as good as Emma is with the whole personality coming through on the camera. I have a.
Do you want to be on camera?
Sorry.
This is life with a 2-year-old.
It's totally understandable.
We have 2 people.
Huh?
We have BDF.
Hey, Keith from BDF. Great to see you.
And then we have BuzzFeed Adventures.
Well, hey, BuzzFeed Adventures. Great to see you.
And you just may want to say a quick prayer for Visa. He's in the hospital because of a stroke.
Oh, no, Viso. Oh, my goodness. We will definitely pray for you. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Right here.
Oh, my goodness. He was in New York. I thought you were traveling. Yeah. Okay. You keep us updated. Okay. Since you're fairly new to it, what beginner tips would you give someone that's thinking about starting a YouTube channel that you've learned along the way?
Super new to this. So I would say, honestly, just get out there and start filming and figure out how to edit, and just, you got to put something out there to start with, and you'll figure out how to edit and film better, be more comfortable in front of the camera. Like, you have to start somewhere. Your first ones are not going to be that great. And then also, after you kind of edit it, I always go back and like rewatch it and be like, is there stuff I should take out? Is this interesting? Like, if I'm watching it and I'm bored, or sometimes I'll have him watch it, and if he picks up his phone, I'm like, okay, cut that part because he can't even pay attention. And like, also, if I've gone back and watched stuff and I've been like, this is so boring. Like, I've canned a few things that I've just been like, I'm not posting this because it's really, really boring.
Yeah, there's like 2 trips that are not going to become episodes that we did.
I can relate to that. I have like a day's worth, and it'll be like 45 minutes, and it'll go down to 8 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, no.
So Hannah does all the editing for us.
Oh, and I never rewatch. Once like it is posted to YouTube, I never watch it again.
Yeah, because she's seen it for so much. She's like,
No. I get mad. Yeah, I look at something and I'm like, that's not how that should be.
Oh wait, I do edits. I'm the spell check person on the videos.
Oh yeah, you spell check. That's about it.
That's my.
Yeah. She'll say, especially if we have to put captions because we're too quiet or something. She's like, go back and look at all the captions and
I
make
want you to pause it.
I want you to pause it. I want you to check my spelling. So in August, you all reached 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing to be a new channel. It took us a long time to get there. Mm-hmm. And when I wrote the questions, you were over 1,600. Are you at 1,700 yet?
No.
No,
So
the past
slow
day or
day
two
or
has been a slow day, but we're at 1640
Or
something.
I call that a winner. That's amazing. I mean, that is so good that y'all grown so fast. We did not grow that fast. But go ahead.
How long did it take you guys? About
3 years? 2 years?
Well, we had to battle with the restrictions with the Cook River.
With COVID.
Yeah. So it was kind of hard to build a channel.
So I guess once we started, we started in 2000.
I would say it was like 2.5 years.
Yeah, about 2.5 years. Of course, we had the pandemic, so we couldn't travel. So we were making up stuff as we went.
And whoa, I hated it so much.
She hated it because we were doing
Vlogmas. Never, ever again.
We were doing cooking from home. And we were trying to figure out what to do because we were a travel channel and it was no travel. But I think once we started cruising back is when it started.
Don't say we. I haven't been on a cruise
since William and I started cruising in September last year. Then it started building, and it really we got the 1,000 subscribers in December, and we were waiting on the watch time because we still needed some watch time. And then we were supposed to go on a 10-day cruise in January, and I was like, surely we're going to get the watch time from that. Well, my husband tested positive 2 days before that cruise. So we ended up not slowing a little bit, but we finally did it, but it took a while.
He almost did a repeat on that.
Yeah. So your channel is great. What do you feel has contributed to your channel's growth? Like why do you think you're growing so fast?
All right, well, the Haven video is like that series is done a lot of.
Yeah, I think the Haven did help us just because there isn't that much on YouTube I've noticed about the Haven. Either you have Hard Travel that does the filming of what it looks like and stuff, and you have a few people that have done the reviews on what they think of it. But that's and a few room tours, but you don't have too many people kind of going as in depth, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I think between that and Alaska, which I've also felt like most people that if you look at most Alaskan videos, they have a good amount of views.
Yeah.
Just because I also think there's just not that many of them. So probably that.
Yeah.
I mean, I also think you kind of have to have a personality.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
it's Emma's personality. It's definitely not my personality.
I mean, you have funny things in there, but
maybe me falling down on one of the videos.
That's my favorite thing. I was crying at it.
I think y'all both. I mean, the way y'all kind of play off of each other, y'all have a good chemistry as far as the teamwork and everything. So I think y'all both are really great on camera together. So also the Haven thing.
Yeah, talking about Dad.
I have to tell you the funny thing about the Haven is my husband has no idea about anything like that, right? He doesn't know about what cabin we're getting. He just waits till
he literally shows up and he's like, where are we going?
When we were in Seattle, I don't know if you saw the video, but we were doing the night before, our day in Seattle on the before we got on the Encore, and we literally sat down the bed to close that video up, and I was like, tomorrow we get on and I looked at him, and he said, are we going to Royal Caribbean? I was like, no, he has no idea. Mm-hmm. But when he was, I told him when I saw your videos, I was like, I want you to watch these videos of Live a Little, and because they're going on the ship we're going on. Well, poor thing, he thought he saw your Haven stuff. He goes, we're going to be in the Haven? I was like, no. And he really thought that I was going to surprise him with the Haven, and I finally had to look at him dead in the eye and say, you are not staying in the Haven.
he kept referring to the cruise. He was like, I really want to be in that nice spot. And I was like, what are you talking about?
No, he's not going to be in the Haven.
She was like, the Haven, and she was like, he's been watching Live a Little's video.
But for those that are in the chat that don't know what the Haven is, can you just give a brief explanation about it?
Yeah, I feel like the best way to explain it is a ship within a ship. And that's how they explain
That's how everyone else explains it.
But okay, go ahead.
It's like I don't know, like it's like the first class of a ship, but then you also get like the first class lounge at the airport included in the travel.
Yeah,
that's the way I would describe it. It's kind of like a getaway point on a ship that has 7,000 people. It doesn't feel like you're on that. It feels like you're on a private yacht.
Yeah,
almost.
It feels more like you're on a small ship, and you have to be in the haven proper to have access to all of that. And you have like your own bar and your own restaurant, your own pool and lounge area, and it's nice.
Yep.
We kind of didn't think it was going to be worth it, but it was.
Yeah, it was our splurge for not traveling for 2 years with a baby. So that was kind of our getaway trip.
I noticed a lot of people on different things say that once you go haven, it's hard to go back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. The aft balcony.
It's
you compare everything to the aft. Aft of the boat.
Yeah.
Or the ship. Sorry. The Gaylors are here.
Hello, the Gaylors. Great to see y'all. So like I said, we discovered you watching your NCL Encore vlogs to Alaska. What was some of your favorite takeaways or things from your trip to Alaska, including your cruising and your land vacation?
The haven was cool.
Yeah. On the cruise portion, the scenery as you're just sailing, you don't have to get off the ship to enjoy the scenery. Like the sail days are just as good as the port days for what you get to see. And then, sorry, Poppy wants to channel change. And then, I think our favorite excursion was probably the lake in Ketchikan.
For cruise-wise.
Was in Ketchikan when we did the Ladies of the Night walking tour.
Yeah.
That
was way better than we thought it was going to be.
Sorry, Skagway. That was amazing, and
it was a lot better.
If we had filmed and posted everything about that tour, she was by far the best tour guide we've ever had.
Probably would have gotten flagged for some inappropriate comments, but
yeah,
we didn't spend too much on the excursions when we were on the cruise because we knew we had a whole other week still to go. So we kind of went with the budget excursions, and then also gave ourselves time to explore the ports because we like to do that. So, but that was probably the best excursion that we did. And then, and if you ever go on the Encore, definitely do the go-karts because that was fun. That was fun.
And then
William did it.
Land, it was the fishing, that fishing excursion we did. We actually met those people on the ship that took us on that excursion, and they basically asked us if they could take us fishing. It was free. All we had to pay for was to ship the fish back. So I took back over 100 pounds of halibut and salmon. So our deep freeze is full of fish.
That was a really cool experience.
So you never know who you're going to meet anywhere you are. And if you put a cocktail in my hand, I'll talk to anyone. And so sitting next to a guy, and we just started talking. And that's how that whole excursion actually happened.
Yeah. That was a highlight. And the helicopter was also a huge highlight because that was just really cool.
Helicopter.
We did.
I don't do heights.
You don't do heights?
We don't do helicopters, Hannah. So I had to do
it. When I'm in the second story of our mall, I freak out.
But you like to fly on an airplane.
Yeah, but I don't constantly look out the window. I look at the clouds for B-roll, and then I close the window and I do my thing. That's what I do.
William and I were talking about that ship. We were with a group. It was like a group cruise, but of course we didn't know a lot of people in the group until we all got together, and really met each other. But we felt like the people on the ship, of course the crew was amazing, but the people that were cruising on that ship, that we all were becoming quick friends. You would see a couple and talk to them. Yeah, and then you go to a bar or something and they'd be in there. You just automatically sit with them and have a good time and talk. And when we went on the whale watching trip, I guess we had about 50 people on there, but it was we all just bonded for some reason. And we were all sharing each other's videos and stuff that we were getting, because you could text each other on the boat. And then we see people from that from that excursion, and we go and sit and talk with them on the ship. I felt like by the end we saw friends everywhere we went. So it's just a great feeling on that trip.
Yeah, it was like a very unique cruise. Like I've only been on 4 now total, but like 4. But it was just a unique kind of like, it's a different experience than doing like a Caribbean cruise. It's completely different.
Yeah, I thought so too. What's she doing?
She wants attention.
Oh,
she's requiring something.
What you need, Bobby?
Daddy's
got to turn the channel on the TV. Sorry.
He's turn the channel on the TV. That's why she keeps going.
I love it.
Done with that movie. On to the next.
On to the next movie. So tell us about your most recent cruise on the Disney Wish.
Subscribe to our channel to find out more.
I'll just say, like, the Disney cruise ship, it felt very small for like it being its largest Disney ship. It was very tight, like having done the Encore, and then we did Odyssey of the Seas earlier this year, that before we started filming, and then it felt very tight.
Bad layout too, and that didn't help it.
It wasn't the best cruise. That's the best way I'll put it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do a Disney cruise anytime soon, to be honest.
The best thing about Disney cruises is the kids club, and you will never experience
that. We actually put Poppy in the infants club for the first time. It was our first time like leaving her at like a daycare, and so Emma cried, but that was nice. But it's just a weird cruise to me because it was 3 nights. And if I extended that cost out to like a full week, like the Encore, the Alaska, it was the same price as the Haven to do just the balcony room on a Disney cruise.
Wow.
Yeah, we just had like an entry-level balcony on Disney too. So yeah.
Our very first cruise ever was when she was 7 on the Disney Wonder. And I felt the same way. I mean, that was my first idea of what a cruise was. But then we went on other ships, and I was like, I kind of like the other ships better.
That was our first Disney cruise that we've ever done. So, it wasn't.
And some people love them. Like they do. That's all they do. But
we talked to a lot of people on the ship that they love the Disney cruise. It wasn't just our cup of tea, the best way to describe it.
And everybody has different ways they like to cruise, so I think that's fair.
I mean, the characters were fun for Poppy because she got a kick out of that, but that's kind of it.
Take your kids on a Disney cruise
when they're little.
I will say, if you have kids who love characters, you're better off doing a Disney cruise because it was way easier and shorter lines to see the characters, and characters walked around, compared to if you actually go to Disney. Because then we went to Disney several days later and we saw no characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to either wait in line, and we were like, we're not waiting 40 minutes for her to see a character that she may or may not freak out about. And then
I understand. You would like to see the characters, but that's your favorite thing to do at Disney.
When I worked at Disney, and I had a shift that started around 2 or 3 o'clock, and one of the parks opened at 9. I would go to the park with my uniform in my backpack and go meet characters, take pictures, and have them sign my autograph books. And then I would change in the car and go to work. That's what I spent my days doing. And people were like, "What'd you do today? You sleep in?" I'm like, "No, I met Tarzan."
So if you had to choose your favorite, and y'all can have separate answers, it's fine. A favorite of all the videos that you have so far on your channel, which one's your favorite?
You go first.
Mine's the fishing trip. Just because it was like we like to get out and just do random things, and the whole purpose of Live a Little as a channel is because you never know when you go on a trip what you're going to end up doing. And that video proves that you never know who you're going to meet. We've made friends during travel, and that's kind of an episode that just is like our philosophy when we travel.
I agree with That one was cool. Editing that one was a little tough, though, I will say. If from an editing perspective, the one that was just the helicopter ride was interesting to edit because we had 2 cameras going, where usually we'll have maybe 2 or 3 cameras, but we're filming separately, where it was 2 cameras filming like the exact same thing from 2 different perspectives. And so visually, I mean, it was really cool on the helicopter, but then it was also just interesting to go back and try and like piece them together and make it make sense. But then which one's the most fun to film? Probably when we went to Breckenridge and it was just a food episode and we ate our way through Breckenridge, Colorado for an entire week. And I did a whole episode of our least favorite to our favorite.
Yeah.
That one was fun because I love food. So that was fun.
Yeah, she could just eat. And you're very honest about your food, which I like. You tell.
Yeah. We don't hide.
I know your favorite breakfast in the Haven was the shrimp toast. Have you tried to recreate it at home yet?
No,
but we should.
We should try that. It was. I don't even know how to. It was delicious.
I feel like you could figure out what needs to be in it to recreate it, though.
So with all that, I have to ask, with all that fish that y'all had shipped to you, how often are you eating fish, and have you shared it with others?
We had it last night. We had it 2 nights ago. We're having it again tonight. Have we shared it? We've given some to our neighbors and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a party with a few people and cook a whole bunch of it.
Yeah.
It gives me enough. I have
a good amount though.
Yeah, I have a smoker, and so I've been trying how to figure out how to smoke halibut because it's such a light white fish. So at least I can make an error and we have extra fish.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like screw a snow globe. Here's a thing of fish as a souvenir. Here you go, buddy.
With the price of fish right now, it's definitely worth the gift.
I did do that to my parents, actually, because they watched Poppy on that trip, and we came back, and I was like, "You want some fish? I got fish for you. Here you go. Put it in a freezer bag for you. You can take it home."
I would take it as a gift.
You're like, this came from Alaska?
Okay.
Gimme.
So what other trips do you have planned for the future?
We are going on, we're going to do a road trip to Boise, Idaho in our RV in October.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
it was mostly work.
Yeah.
Mixed, so I was waiting.
And then we're doing a cruise out of LA, like a 3-night on the Navigator of the Seas, because we found a really good deal for a suite on Royal for under $1,000 for all 3 of us. So we're doing that to kind of get the suite experience difference between.
Compare the 2.
Yep.
NCL and Royal.
And then we have a cruise with my family to celebrate my parents' 40th anniversary the week after Thanksgiving out of Florida, going to the Eastern Caribbean. And then we've got the Prima in January in the Haven to do with friends we met
that we met in the Haven, actually.
And then we're doing the Prima in
potentially
a balcony cabin out of London and doing Norway and Iceland in June of next year.
Oh my goodness.
And that I'm going to tag on extra on either end of our own stuff. That's a lot of. We usually typically don't cruise this much, to be honest. Like Jack has said, you've been on total of 4, of which 1 was just the Disney and then Alaska. So he doesn't, just typically don't usually cruise as much, but I've noticed that it's helping the channel a little bit, and it's a little easier to cruise with a 2-year-old than it is to be like, let's hop on a plane and go to Europe and do that for a week.
Yeah, cruising is definitely our most, besides, it's all of our videos that are most watched are cruising, except tell them what the one video that, it was our top video for a long time.
Is what y'all listened to for a minute. We went to a K-pop store in Atlanta. So we did a tour of the K-pop store because also I really liked the family that owns it. and they were very nice. And so I was like, oh, I'll just do this. There's a lot of K-pop fans. Like, this is a nice family. This is a locally owned business. Let's go. And then it was like a couple thousand views later, so we were like, oh, okay.
Yes, people are still watching it. So it's like,
yeah.
Apparently going to a K-pop store is a...
Let me tell you, K-pop fans are loyal. Okay? They are loyal.
I think if you tagged K-pop in your video, you're automatically going to have like a good fan base.
Yeah.
Sorry, Poppy's yelling.
The funny thing is that if she like said one of the band's names, one of the group's names a little bit different, they would correct her in the comments. This is the way you say it. They would put out the pronunciation.
They are also, K-pop fans are also some of the most critical people. I would say it's not all, but some are.
They're very protective.
They're very protective.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm.
So since y'all have visited a lot of places, what's your favorite place you have visited so far?
We disagree on this.
We have a top 3 because we've traveled like a lot prior to starting this channel. So our top 3 is probably Switzerland, Thailand, and Scandinavia.
And what did you love so much about Switzerland?
Oh.
It's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
It's like a postcard everywhere you look.
Yeah,
like,
I imagine.
We had a rental car driving through Switzerland on the switchback roads, like climbing a mountain. Like, we live in Colorado, so we drive in the mountains, but like the mountains in Switzerland are just gorgeous.
Yeah, and we.
Sorry, if you can hear Poppy singing, she's singing.
We can see her too.
We see her cuteness. I love her.
We were also surprised at how many wineries were in Switzerland. We really enjoyed the wineries a lot and came home with
17 bottles of wine.
Yeah, in our suitcase. Somehow they all made it home. It was just beautiful. Like, it's probably one of the prettiest places we've been.
So which would you? Because I know y'all do breweries also. Like, you know, so which one do you prefer over the other? Do you have a preference?
Not really.
Not really. I think the
wineries are prettier.
Yeah.
I think it's whatever our mood is that day and whatever kind of like.
I think the location also dictates it. Like breweries, you can kind of find almost anywhere. Wineries, you kind of have to be in a specific area for a good winery.
We learned in the video we published this week when we went to South Dakota. South Dakota has great wine, and I had no idea.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Nope.
We didn't.
I don't know if you said you had an RV. I don't know if your RV requires a hookup for electricity or plumbing, but if you have a RV that can do without it for a night, they have a thing called Harvest Host where people will host you like at breweries and vineyards if you have like a vehicle that you can deal without like hookups.
Oh,
we saw that. We were thinking about looking into it because we're brand new to the RV thing. So we were thinking, let's get a few under our belts, and then maybe next year we would sign up for it and do it because it definitely looks awesome, and we do really love supporting small businesses and stuff. So wineries, breweries, farms, they all look awesome.
All my recommended videos right now are van conversions and K-pop. So that's why I know these things.
So we don't know if you've ever been to Asheville, North Carolina.
I've been to North Carolina, Asheville.
Yeah. Well, when Hannah and her boyfriend, this was videos far back. So you have to go, if you want to see it in our older videos, it's the La Zoom
bus tour.
What
happened was we woke up at 3 p.m. that day because we were so tired the day before because we went horseback riding and we woke up very, very early. And so we were like, oh crap, this is our last day. What are we going to do? And so we went into Asheville and we saw this purple bus go by and it said La Zoom. And we were like, oh, let's go on a bus tour. And then we get on this bus and they're like, oh, it's your brewery, beers and band and brewery bus tour. And so they were like, you're gonna go to some breweries, and there was like a jazz band on the bus and it was really cool. And then he was like, yep, and we'll be back in 4 hours. I said, we're gonna be gone for 4 hours.
That sounds fun.
I do that
The
tomorrow.
video
That sounds
really
fun.
funny.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's funny because the band is on this bus just playing music.
And they were really good.
They're really good, but when all the people are on the video and all the people are getting back on the bus from the brewery after having lots of good beer, that everybody's like dancing when they get on the bus.
But when he said we'll be back in 4 hours, I was like, 4 hours? We're gonna be on this bus for 4 hours.
And how we're gonna drive back to our Airbnb.
One of us did not drink we had 4 stops. We didn't drink. Someone didn't drink for 3 stops.
Yeah,
That's why. That's how.
Sounds fun though.
What's your dream destination that you have not been to?
Oh, this one we don't agree on either.
We don't agree on this one at all.
I would love to do an Antarctic expedition.
I would like
cruise.
to do that.
That's like my dream destination. It's kind of just the one place on Earth where you're just separated from everything. And like I like to check out on vacations because otherwise, if we go to a place where I can still check emails for work, I'm going to still work. So like doing that one, you have no internet. You're in the middle of nowhere, and you get to see beautiful scenery.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool. We've watched several videos on that.
I'm gonna guess Karen Nate.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love Karen Nate.
Yep.
That's where they heard about
We're-
Harvard.
Yeah, we're addicted to their videos right now. We started from the beginning a few nights ago.
Oh, you started in Japan.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to watch their channel though, because they really kind of tell a story because they're reaching the goal of 100 countries. So it's kind of neat to follow their story from the very beginning. But y'all kind of remind me of them. I mean, you're young and you're kind of doing some things that are not the norm. You know, you're doing you're not doing the norm all the time for your travel, which is a great thing. So I mean, your kind of travel is similar to things that they like to do too. So.
They said they didn't agree upon the dream destination, so they have another one.
Oh, another one.
So mine would probably be doing an African safari.
Good. Okay.
No, it's catching up.
Is it catching up?
Yeah, it's a nice problem.
We can still hear you.
Yeah, I can still hear you guys. I just don't know. I don't want to speak over you.
Okay.
Is it gonna
Are
get
they
better?
there? All right, there. Let's see. Can we hear you? Can y'all hear us?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Sorry, that's a us problem.
No.
If you're just now joining us, we said at the beginning we've been having issues, and that was one of our issues. So please continue.
So go ahead, Emma. You gotta say it over again if you already said it.
My dream location would probably be an African safari. Jack does not agree on that one. You would love an African safari because you love all the animals. And that just seems like a really, really cool, like, again, very different location and always me. And then before being a mom and starting YouTube, I'm in the arts. So I feel like all of the like fabric and beadwork and pottery and just everything that would be there would be so different and just really, 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 really cool.
Yeah.
Where's your dream destination?
Yeah, y'all have two extremely different dream destinations.
One's going to one continent, one's going to the other.
What are yours?
I think mine is more Europe, like Italy and Greece.
That's not mine.
I know what yours is.
Mine's-
And I'm there, and I'm a lot happier on a cruise just because I feel secure on a cruise. Like I don't know.
I am the happiest when I'm on land and I can stay in one spot. And mine would be Japan. I love Japan. And Jarrell, my boyfriend, if you don't know this, that's where if we get married, I want my honeymoon. Thank you very much. Jarrell also loves Japan as well.
Yeah.
So it's not
That's the whole
that he-
culture thing of it all.
Yeah.
Our honeymoon was Thailand, so
Thailand.
Okay, like this is like maybe like too much information. But was it really cheap?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, yeah. I love
Like
that idea. Like you go there and you just like you could spend less than like $50 a day if you wanted to easily.
Oh yeah, easily. we would have like a full meal for like $1.
Yep.
At like lunch.
Wow.
And like even dinner, sometimes we could easily spend like less than $20 and like share an appetizer, get 2 entrees, each get a drink, and it would be like $20. It was cheap.
So how much is like, would you think lodging would kind of be?
Oh, you can get anything from
like if you wanted to stay at like a DoubleTree, it was like $100 a night. Like, and then, but like you can do a lot cheaper than that. But like just for like a DoubleTree, a nice DoubleTree was $100.
Nice.
There's some Airbnbs where it's like $32 a night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can do cheap.
Do it for really, really cheap.
Yeah.
I wanna go to Asia.
You talk about your RV. How long have y'all had the RV?
Since March.
Since March.
Actually, let me rephrase that. We bought one in March and had it for 3 months, and then traded it in to get a bigger RV because we realized we got too small, and so we got a bigger one in July.
About maybe.
Yeah. So we've had 2 RVs in the span of 6 months.
So what did you buy in March that was small?
A 23-footer, just a single axle with a little slide. But what we realized is it
worked, and we could have made it work.
Yeah, it was big enough if you have like older kids, because it had like a bunk bed and a folding bed for adults. But with like Poppy, like we would have to be outside because we couldn't. She would take a nap and she goes to bed at like 7 o'clock. So we would end up staying outside when it's 110 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I got it.
Something else on the TV. We got it. Can you say hi to everybody? Say hi.
Hey, Poppy.
Oh, he's like,
Hiya.
Oh, nice.
oh my goodness.
So what did you trade in for?
With 33-foot one that has 2 bedrooms, so we can like close Poppy in a bedroom.
Yes.
And also I can have like an office during the day when I'm working, because I usually work when we're RVing too.
Yeah. I don't know if he's texting me about a code. What does he want?
I hope he didn't lock himself out somewhere.
My husband has texted me and said, "What's the code?" I have no idea what code he's
Well,
asking.
you keep talking. I'll communicate with him.
I don't know. So we're almost to the end, aren't we?
No, we're not.
Oh,
We got like 7 minutes.
yeah, 7 more minutes. Go. So what is the ultimate goal for your channel? Like, what do you want to get out of doing this?
Travel more. Honestly, personally, probably a little less cruising. You like the cruising more than I do. And just kind of help people discover different places and help them plan their trips and show people they can do it with this little lady, and they can do it with a kid, and yes, with you. They can do it with a kid and not, like, don't be afraid to go and travel and do things just because you have a child. You can it'll be a little different than when it was just like the 2 of you or just you, but it's still doable.
Yeah.
I kind of like to see. I would like to see Kara and Nate have a child and see how they travel with the child.
It's a lot harder to film. A lot harder to film.
Like all of their shots where they get like walking away and then they have to come back and get the camera. Like with Poppy, we don't have time to do that shot.
Yeah, or you just Poppy running around throughout the shot.
So that was all the questions I had, but I do have another question for you. What are y'all using to film with as far as your equipment, and what are you using to edit with?
So we use an iPhone to film. So I would say 95% of our filming's done on an iPhone. So I think you have a 12 and I have a 13. And then we have a Canon, like an older Canon that we use for like still shots and every once in a while a slow-mo. But really it's iPhone.
I want to invest in a better camera, but haven't had a chance to yet. And then
Hey, Poppy.
is that Lion
I
King?
don't think she's looking at you.
She's looking at Barrett.
She's looking at the TV.
And then I edit everything on iMovie.
That's what she uses.
Free option. Just starting it, trying to see if it would even work when I started paying for other things.
Drill keeps asking me, when do you want to learn Premiere Pro? I'm like, I don't.
She always uses that movie. She's using it since the beginning.
I'll do it one day, but today is not that day.
Yeah, her boyfriend designed this.
Okay.
He actually created this. And so he's a lot more savvy than we are on things.
This man is building a PC. He is building his ultimate gaming console. Wow. That is what he's doing. And that is not what I achieved in my life.
Does he edit videos too? Can he do it on for you?
His job requires him to edit videos on Premiere Pro. He does audio and visual for a church near us. So he edits pictures and video, and he edits music. And if there's something to edit, my boyfriend can do it.
Nice. Does he ever help you out with your videos?
Actually, he does an amazing job with the filming. The K-pop store, when he's filming me, he knows exactly what to do. So yes, he does help out.
He filmed a lot of Asheville stuff, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Except that camera made me mad because it was out of focus the entire time. And I didn't realize it till I watched it a year ago. I was like, oh, that's bad. That's why I said I do not rewatch my things, because that angered me severely.
Yeah, we're going to Las Vegas in November, and some of the part of the trip we're like together, like William and I are doing stuff together with them. But part of the time they're doing their thing and we're doing our thing, and I'm thinking, how's she gonna?
The camera that made me mad is the only other option other than a phone for me to film, because she will have the camera that actually stays in focus. So now I'm angered.
So now she has to figure it out. But then editing all that and trying to tell the story in one video from two different people filming different locations is going to be interesting.
I'm going to cry.
You're not going to cry.
But we'll be okay. I want to survive.
I figure like it's going to say something. And now with Laurie and William.
On the other side of Las Vegas.
Now the old people, now the young people.
You're not old. You're not old. You had me when you were, 27? You're not old.
You can tell my age.
I'm 27.
So you don't just tell my age. Y'all to Colorado. Y'all were in New York City and you went to Colorado.
Yeah, we were we met in New York. I moved up there for a job out of college, and we met online in New York. And then we moved to Chicago right after getting married, and then moved back to New York, and then moved out here to Colorado like 3.5 years ago. A little over 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you moved out there for your job, or just because you wanted to go to Colorado?
Nope, all for his job.
So we love Colorado now.
Well, now we do, but we didn't know it when we moved out here.
No.
We didn't know it. That's a big difference, though, from the city to Colorado.
Yeah, New York City to Colorado.
So people probably are going to ask you, and I know I've heard you say this, I think on one of your lives or something, but how do you travel so often and have a job without getting too personal?
So I have unlimited vacation days, and I can work remote. So especially when we're doing RVing, I usually just work during the days. That's what kind of our RV videos are kind of going to be like weird, but I usually work during the week, and then at night we go do stuff. And then cruising, well, Alaska I took off 2 weeks, but then I tried this Disney one. It worked out because I had off on Friday, and we did the weekend cruise, so I didn't have to take any days.
Yeah, and then
we have family everywhere, so we got to stay with family while in Florida, so it didn't cost us anything but the flight.
And you worked then, so
yeah, y'all are fortunate y'all can do it that way, though. That's good. Well, has somebody posted a link to their channel?
Mother, it's on the screen right now.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at the camera. What am I supposed to do?
You're like, look, somebody posted the link, and is right there.
So we're about to finish up because we have another friend that goes live at 8:00. But we first of all wanted to ask everybody, if y'all haven't subscribed to Live a Little, please do so. The link is on the screen. It's also in the description
and in the chat.
But we would just want to thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all coming in on and joining us and talking about your amazing channel. And we know that once all the people in our chat get to know y'all, they will love you as much as we do.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Meg right here.
What's Meg saying?
No faith in me, Laurie.
I love you, Meg. I'm sorry.
She's our moderator.
She's our moderator. But thank y'all so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you.
And we're going to ask Hannah to close us out, please, Hannah.
Thank you all for joining us, and thank you to everybody who stayed to the end. You're the really MVPs in here. And thank you for staying with us during our technical issues, which we will try to get resolved. But again, this will be our last live before New York, so you should stay tuned because we have more cruise content and New York content coming out. So yeah, there's more. Make sure you subscribe. But thank y'all for joining us. We really appreciate y'all. And then bye, Poppy.
Bye, Poppy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Cuteness.
But everybody out there in the YouTube world, please stay safe, stay healthy, and don't forget to journey on.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye. And bye-bye.